Another big thing that we were waiting to hear, where is this trial going to take place in April? You know, a lot of folks are very interested in this. There are a lot of people who want to go ahead and book a hotel room because if we're being honest, there are so many people who are invested in this case. They want to show up and they want to be there. So what we did learn is that Judge Deborah McCaslin did not decide where it would be. However, she did say that it will not take place in the 14th Judicial Circuit in order to protect Murdaugh's constitutional right. And so I don't think that came as a big surprise, right? That she said this is not going to happen in that 14th Judicial Circuit. And so my question would then be, well, where will this take place? Murdaugh's defense team is asking for it to happen in Charleston. They're really pushing for Charleston. The state is saying, no, it's too costly. The logistics around it would be too complicated. So tell me your analysis of the conversation regarding that venue change.
Well, to me, the first thing I'm looking at if I'm in the judge's shoes, are we focused on trying to find a county that has similar demographics as Colleton County, or are we focused on the other issue, which I think is a massive issue, the financial cost of this retrial? Having it local, say in Lexington, certainly saves a significant amount of money because you don't have the entire Attorney General's office just about in SLED staying in a hotel for a month long. I could imagine what that hotel would be in Charleston, in addition to all the other states' witnesses that they're bringing in. So just from a cost perspective, but also when you have similar demographic counties, you have these rural courthouses that don't have appropriate technology, which certainly can be addressed, but again, financial, appropriate security, which certainly can be addressed, but financial. It makes no sense to have this out of town. And when I say that from the Midlands perspective, and of course I'm biased, I live in the Midlands, and I'm a criminal defense lawyer, but it just doesn't make sense to me. I know the state had proposed Spartanburg, York County, Florence. They proposed really conservative jury places, whereas the defense proposed Charleston, and of course you could say Richland, which would be more liberal jury pools is what they would say. So obviously I don't think anybody's going to get what they want. Like most things in life, there'll be some type of compromise, and there'll be a county picked that's probably not on the state's list or the defense's list. However, demographics should play some role if you're trying to really keep it close to the law. The level of publicity, that issue by itself is not the reason for the change of venue all in of itself. The judge made clear in her order addressing those points that it's not just based on publicity, it's based on all the factors that happen with the clerk of court's office and the Murdaugh influence in that area. She made the absolute correct decision to get it out of that circuit. The big issue is where. I just think the simple, easy answer is to keep it in Lexington, where you have a newer courthouse with ample parking. It's a big enough city that can take this. I mean, it's a media circus, international case. It's going to be a massive undertaking, a trial that will probably, it lasted 6 weeks during the first trial, probably last a month in the second trial. I think it'll be a little bit less, tighter case on the state's side, might actually be longer on the defense side. I certainly anticipate potentially the defense may be presenting a completely different case. Lexington takes it one step removed from Columbia, where the South Carolina Supreme Court is, and all the major players are from and where they work. Debbie McCaslin is one of the resident judges in Lexington. These hearings have been in Lexington. It just makes sense to me that that's where it'll stay. But I could completely be wrong, and she easily could pick any of those other counties. This is a unique situation.
I cannot disagree with Dayne's analysis. It's very rare that I'm speechless, but in this case, I have to say that I agree with his analysis.